Alright, hello and welcome! Welcome to this art stream, Happy Mermaid! For those of you who don't know, this is a kind of a thing that Art Twitter does every May where people draw a mermaid every day of the month. I've never done it yet. I never, realize these things until we're halfway through the month. But hey, I'm here at the start of this one, and while I don't know if I'm going to have the time to draw a mermaid every day, I figured I could do an art stream to celebrate it. I'm going to post right now on stream on Twitter and such that I'm starting the stream right now, so bear with me as I do that, and we'll get going on the actual drawing in just a moment. I just want to copy a link to the stream. There we go. And if anybody is here, hey, True Fate, welcome. It's gonna be mermaids. Let me see here. Go to my Twitter. I'll just put this starting now. Let me see here. Let me... Oh, you know what? I should post it on the Discord as well. 1 second. Starting now. Yes, everyone. Okay. And one more place. Our stream starting right now. Okay, exiting out of Discord. Hello, Zen in the chat. Let me know how the volume is, everybody. Both myself and the music. I put together a loosely mermaid-themed playlist, and at first, as I started working on it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of a weird theme. I don't know any, mermaid video game songs, and what I came up with is a 5-hour-long playlist, so we're absolutely not even going to get through all of it today. And that's just from songs from the soundtracks I already had downloaded on my computer from previous Nintendo 500 streams and whatnot. So those of you who follow closely with the process of me doing Hetrea stuff know that mermaid designs are something I've struggled with for Merfolk designs, sorry, are designs I've struggled with for a very long time. And I would really love to unstruggle with them today. I think I want it to be more humanoid. I know a couple things I want with the Merfolk design. I want them to be bipedal with almost like Zora's, but not Zora's. I have to make a conscious effort not to design Zoras here today, because I've definitely designed Zoras 4 other times in the past. Imagine if you could @ everyone on Twitter. Oh my god. Volume's good, thank you. Nice angel. Oh yeah, on the left side of the screen there, it's going to be cycling through all the finished Hetrea species art every 6 minutes or so, because I figured out I could do it as a slideshow on OBS, which is nice to have access to. So there's one Merfolk character I already kind of have an idea for that I don't have a design for yet, and that would be for the hypothetical next Tabletop Hetrea campaign, which I cannot do yet because I took a huge financial hit doing Caravan, and cannot take that kind of risk again right now. But I want a Merfolk pirate captain, and so I definitely want them to be able to stand on a ship. And so that character is kind of where I'm... kind of the idea for that character is the starting point I'm jumping off with today. For my Merfolk. And they will be more like Magic the Gathering Merfolk. Kind of more like amphibian people. In some ways. In that they're land and water. What else? I know I want to do both tropical merfolk and, like, Arctic merfolk. And have them be different in like, almost like different breeds, like dog breeds. Yeah, fishtail. This is sort of fit. This is more like a whale tail, but we'll get around to it. I'll try a bunch of different things out. And yes, there's a lot of Sonic music on this playlist somehow. I mean, the first stage of every Sonic game is a tropical thing, so it worked out for mermaids pretty well. Merfolk, sorry. I'm better with writing it as Merfolk than I am saying it out loud. I'm not used to saying it out loud yet, because I don't talk a lot to myself in my free time. So, I guess I'll just start drawing Merfolk designs and just keep rolling with them until I get something I really like. I want them to have hair or a hair equivalent, kind of the way slimes have like a hair equivalent, where it's something that kind of fits that shape. Because A, I think it would look cool underwater. Like I could do some cool things with the way it falls, since it's kind of floaty. And it could look like algae or whatever in the final build. I've got to design... For the final picture for Merfolk art for Hetrea, I will put them in armor like I do all the other species. But first I need to design like what the body looks like without armor, because the armor is going to be unique to Merfolk as well. And if I'm not careful, I will design it with armor to start and then not realize where the body ends and the armor starts. Which is another pitfall I've fallen into in the past. Wow, Sky, I didn't know you were such a huge Sonic fan. You know, I've been really in the Sonic mood lately because of the awful, awful movie trailer and the excellent, excellent Sonic 06 fandom, so... Poofy when dry, kelpy when wet. So stay the other island land. Oh, I like that. Oh, we got a yeah, we got a Gary on screen. Yeah, I think I moved these over too far. There we go. You know, actually it's kind of good bleeding into the picture a bit there. And yeah, for tropical merfolk, I'm thinking they're going to be slender and be warmer colors, while Arctic merfolk will be more like thicker, almost like more like Arctic, kind of like the difference between like seals and dolphins is kind of what I'm thinking for the Arctic tropical split. And of course, they come in a variety of colors, both groups, with, I think I just said, cooler colors for Arctic and warmer colors for tropical. See, I want to put like a long head thing, and that is, that's Zora. But this is a start. Arctic merfolk. Oh my god. Well, Gary, yes. Gary, the picture we have there is probably not the final design for Gary as a species, because that's more closely resembling one specific character. But, I'm going to eventually redo all the species art to be just higher def, because it's been a couple years since I put those together. And I want Gary's to be a little bit more insectoid and less shadowy, but still being shadowy. And more, so have the shadowy ones be more of a specific breed, kind of like the tropical merfolk. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to distinguish different breeds of Mobians and whatnot. Mobians, by the way, I think I might change the name of when Dodex rolls back around. because upon, like, as I've discovered since starting the initial comic, that is a Sonic thing. I did not think it was. I thought it was something I came up with in elementary school, but it was absolutely not. So I need a different name for them. That's Zora. Should probably keep working off the same, like, pose base, but... I don't want the arms blocking any of the body so I can see the body. It's gonna be a lot of generic standing poses just so I can see what they look like. Let me not put the ears on this part. I'm not sure what I want to do with the eyes yet either. We'll see. Or the mouth. I don't know what I want to do with any of this yet. This first hour is going to be a lot of me just kind of tossing ideas around and seeing what sticks. Hey, Explode7. Welcome. Hi, Explode7's mom. Will Mai still be a Tails Robotnik character in .x2? You would... I don't want to talk about them in comparison to Sonic characters because part of me restarting .x is me trying to move as far away from that as possible. But Mai will be more so of Mai than ever before, and that's what I can say about that. Like, everyone's gonna be different to an extent, but Mai's role will stay very similar. I'm gonna do kind of a sea slug one here, because I like sea slugs. The eyes might be a bit much. Oh, maybe I could do like a crab thing at some point. Speaking of Sonic music. Mad scientist overprotective brother type? Yes. I've actually been thinking a lot about .x recently, again, because of, unfortunately, all the Sonic that's been around, and all the bad Sonic design. I've been working more on the good, improved .x designs. But I shouldn't do that yet, because I'm working on another bigger project that I want to release first. That will release first. That's not a question. I'm way too far along in it to not release it to put out .x. But .x will return. Maybe they'll have like frills because it's like a sea slug, and that's like, that looks like clothes, but that's just how their body does. That's just how their body do. Tail. Now it's a Pikachu. Would Noctopus Merfolk have tentacle arms or more of a Davy Jones Cthulhu head situation? Ooh, I'll try like a... Well, I don't want to make Splatoon, because Inklings are a design that I would have eventually come up with had Nintendo not beat me to it. And I feel like I'm just the way I even drew ears near the end of .x was very Inkling. But I will give it a shot because I love how they look. Seamers United. It is Seamer. It's a Seamers project. Yes. The next Hetrea related project that we'll release is a Seamers project. I'm not ready to say which form it'll take yet or anything like that, because usually when I talk about a project before I start like having it be public, it never happens. Caravan is a fun exception that was a miracle it worked out. So let me do like a squid one now. Also draw classic eyes. It's like cephalopod. I don't know where to fit the other two squid legs. Oh, arms. Right. That looks bad. Hold on. I know I'm not going to use this one because I do want, again, I want them to be bipedal. I want a pirate one, but... I'm like actively trying to not make Splatoon happen here, but I feel like Splatoon's inevitably going to happen here. Damn it. Well, do Merfolk wear like full shirts and pants or more like swimwear? Probably closer to swimwear, but I would like to design their armor and clothing and whatnot to be more, like, unique to them. Maybe it would look like coral or shells or something like that. That's something we'll do later in this stream. I don't know yet, but I want it to be unique, but it will probably be more swimwear-y. Like, we'll probably see, like, it'll probably, like, take the shape of swimwear. And I want them to be somewhat, like, hydrodynamic. I don't know what I'm doing with this one. So we're going to leave that one at that. I'm going to need more room soon. I'm going to just copy this base. That's the wrong layer. This at least shows off the entire body pretty well. You see the one arm T-posing, the other arm down. That works for what I need. That was quick. What was quick? It's Zora. I also don't want these to look too much like slimes. Like with the squids and stuff, I think it's easy to make it look kind of slime-like, especially if I do the eyes like that. A lot of the design things I'm like picturing in my head would be more for clothing. The Splatoon hair and the squid movie. Yeah, oh yeah, I was just making a joke with that. Whoa, yeah, now... Oh yeah, it's very Pokemon trainer posing. It's too upward angled. What about... I'm trying to think of like what the tail here is gonna... That looks like a cape and looks like... This is Lance now. I just drew Lance as a fish. Not loving this bangs line. Also, like, the hair and outfit of each Merfolk will look different because it's the species. I'm just trying to draw, like, one basic one now, so I gotta figure out what else I can do to make them look unique. What can I do for the feet? Hetrean Lance. Do baby Merfolk look like human babies or more like tadpoles? Oh, they've gotta look like tadpoles. Thank you for that suggestion. I'm gonna design... Merfolk on Hetrea are going to be like a Digimon evolution. They start as a head and then they become like a full-blown woman. There we go. This is going to be a baby Merfolk. And we could work from there. So this is very much frog egg-like, and I'll see what I could do with that knowledge now that this is a baby. This is subject to change, of course. But I love it already, so... I want them to have, like, patterns. I think of having, like, luminescent spots on them, like some deep sea fish, which I really like. Ba, 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 ba. You know, all of your, the collective support of just the general Hetrea fan base for Gen 4 has completely turned my opinion on remakes around. For a long time, I didn't want Diamond and Pearl remakes because they were my least favorite Pokemon gen. But now, seeing how much everyone else wants them, I'm like, I clearly missed something with them, and now I hope they get remade so that I could experience them fresh again. I'm starting to like this one. I'm going to turn off the water background for a little while. Wow, that's bright and bad. The only consistency in their growth is their mouth shape. Yes, that's right. It is a little OO. I didn't even notice that. What didn't I like? What did I like least about Diamond and Pearl? Oh no, what didn't meet your expectations at least? I see. I think that's just kind of when I hit my personal Pokemon burnout, to be perfectly honest. I didn't like a lot of the choices they made with the generation of Pokemon themselves, like the 4th gen generation. I will say, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are arguably my favorite Pokemon games, and they are in the 4th gen. So I'm talking more about, like, Diamond and Pearl specifically. And I never really played Platinum, although I've heard that it fixed a number of the issues I had. But I didn't like how the generation had, like, a third of the generation was just evolutions for prior Pokemon. I really didn't like Rhyperior, which is just my own personal thing. I didn't like how few fire types there were in the decks. None of the starters clicked with me. And so I didn't really have that, like, attachment to my team when we started out. I like Kricketot, I like Bidoof, I liked a lot of the early game Pokemon. Shinx is awesome. Like, I could say a lot of good things about Gen 4 Pokemon too, and I should do that more often, but I don't know. At the time, it just didn't it just felt like it didn't have, like, an identity to me. The things that Gen 4 added, none of it appealed to me. I could not care less about online gaming until Splatoon came out, and that is a very serious Sky fact. So Diamond and Pearl being the one to add online Pokemon stuff, and I never did any of that. So that really, like, the stuff they added in all felt like it was not things I was interested in. The stuff that made Gen 4 unique. Like, the Underground I wasn't super interested in. I don't know. It's hard to remember. I remember I couldn't even get past Fantina when I played it. I've never played Sinnoh past Fantina. But I think at that point I was already kind of checked out. I don't know. Zen, be careful. It's still on its way then. Yeah, Shinx is so good. A lot of the Diamond and Pearl Pokemon on their own are phenomenal, and then just as a collective whole, it felt like it was missing some stuff. Which is not to say it's the only one I feel that way about. I feel similarly about 6th Gen, where I adore most of the Pokemon individually, but as a group, it feels like they're missing something. I don't even know how to put my finger on it. But yeah, Platinum fixed the Underground, Platinum fixed the Dex. Oh yeah, in Diamond and Pearl, when it came out, I think there were less than 150 Pokemon you could catch in the game, total. Including old and new Pokemon, which really felt like a downgrade at the time. And then Platinum gave it so like, alright, now you can catch all of them, which is a huge upgrade. And I'm glad they did that, but at that point I was already kind of like burnt out, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver was around the corner, and I was just super excited for that. And I didn't like the legendaries. 4th Gen started the trend of me, of just, they really went in on legendaries. Like 4th and 5th Gen both have like 13 legendaries each, which is ridiculous. I like that about 6th Gen, even if I don't particularly have any affection for like Yveltal or Zygarde or Xerneas. I appreciate that they kept it to like 3 or 4 legendaries at first, at least. But I don't like either of Dialga or Palkia's designs, so neither of the cover legendaries appealed to me. I still don't understand why Palkia is water type and has a design that looks like the way it does. I don't know. I feel bad saying so much negative, but these are just my thoughts on 4th Gen since you asked. And I didn't like that they did Arceus. As much as I love Arceus now, it felt like they completely jumped the gun making, this is the god of Pokemon, it is in no way related to the plot of the game. Like, what were they thinking? If you're gonna put in Pokemon God, then that should be tied to like some epic tale, I feel like, involving the Pokemon God. But no, Arceus was just like an afterthought. I'm gonna make room over here. Yeah, I've never done any Pokemon events, so I don't know like what the quality of those was like. But yeah, for me personally, I just generally, and this is not an intentional thing on my part, just so far, I've always preferred odd numbered generations to even numbered generations. I don't know why that is. And I noticed this when I was like 11, where I was like, oh, 3rd Gen and 1st Gen I like more than 2nd Gen. That's weird, I wonder why that is. And that has held up until now, and it will probably be the case with 8th Gen, which I'm a little bummed out about, but that's okay. We all need a breather sometimes anyway. And I know it's nothing to do with the actual quality of the games. I know Diamond and Pearl are excellent, beloved Pokemon games, and I feel like a lot of people kind of get confused between their, like, what they personally enjoyed and, like, what is good. But I promise you that for everything I'm saying about Diamond and Pearl, I know that they are wonderfully made and important games that hold a dear place in a lot of people's heart, and I have a lot of respect for them. They just didn't do it for me personally. And again, my favorite gen is Black and White, which is, I think, a lot of people's burnout gen. So I totally get it. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this one. Hold on, let me dial this back a bit. I'm gonna try doing like an actual mermaid, like classical fish butt style one. Just to see if that gives me any other ideas. And maybe I could work legs on afterwards. Video spikes going down their back. Hello, Jason Hamilton, welcome! Oh, wow. I've missed a lot. Also, hello and welcome! I think I literally just said hello and welcome. I'm just catching up on everything on the plot. Oh yeah, I completely agree. My favorite gen, or my favorite Pokemon games are like a three-way split between Black, White, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Sun and Moon, all of which I love for different reasons. Black and White introducing and being exclusively my favorite gen of Pokemon. I love 5th gen Pokemon, and I love that Black and White had the nerve to be like, you could only use new Pokemon. I love that. I love that it's the only Pokemon gen that supports itself on its own other than 1st gen, and to that I think people should give it more credit. And I love Heart Gold Soul Silver for all the mechanics. I love Pokemon following. I love the day-night cycle. I love the bug catching competition. Heart Gold Soul Silver and the fact that it's 16 gyms and red is there at the end. It's Gold and Silver was already so good, and Heart Gold Soul Silver just perfected it. And then Sun and Moon had the most personal experience with. I think Sun and Moon has what could have been my favorite generation of Pokemon if there were more of them, but there's only like 90 of them. But like my top 5 Pokemon are all within 7th gen. But I think 7th gen had my favorite NPCs. I love Guzma, I love Lily, I love Kukui. Like, they're all fantastic, and the story that they tell in 7th gen really hit home with me. So that's my feeling on those 3 games. I never got to play Black 2 and White 2 more than just a few weeks of it, because it came out when I was like finals for college, or my first year in college's final time period is when it came out, so I never got, I just was way too swamped with work to work on it, and then by the time I was not doing college stuff, it was time for X and Y. I'm gonna do the arms on this one. I'm gonna move the baby out of the way, B. You're going up there. I'm definitely gonna run out of room here way quicker than I anticipated. Looks like the top Merfolk. Oh, it did! It yeeted the baby. It's true. I don't want the arms to block the body, so I've got to put it in like this weird position just so I can have clear. That's way too long. Have a clear shot on the body. And I think ultimately with Pokemon games, or at least the core series Pokemon games, whenever I'm talking about them like this, it reminds me of whenever I talk about like Pixar movies, in that I have favorites and least favorites, but they're still Pokemon games. They're still like way higher quality than most of the other things out there. So know that I only have such strong opinions about Pokemon because I love it so dearly. Kind of want this hair to be all wavy around. What if Merfolk are my species that have long elf ears? I kind of don't have one yet, except for kind of Unfolk, I guess. I think Unfolk do. Never mind. I'm doing this all on the wrong layer, so let me change that up. The hair is like blocking all the important facial parts. So I like the idea of them having like rounder faces than most of the species I draw, other than slimes. Not sure why. I guess it's just a cute thing. The most important part of these mermaid designs, I think, is that I gotta keep them looking like something where I could make multiple characters of this species. That's Komeda's hair. We're not gonna do that. Not today. Better luck next time. Oh yeah, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons are all phenomenal as well. I will say, Pokemon spin-offs are usually as good as the main games. Like, it's a Dragon Quest situation where the spin-offs kind of keep that high quality up. It's just part of the magic of Pokemon in general. Like, I kept saying my favorite Pokemon game is either Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black White, or Sun and Moon, but it's Snap. Snap is still my favorite Pokemon game. It's just a spin-off, so it's like in a different category. I think I want the hair to be less curly and more wavy, because waves are like the ocean. And that's where this fellow is gonna live. Whenever I see other people's mermaid designs, I'm always like blown away by how creative and cool they look, and I don't know how they do it. I guess they don't know enough about fish to like work them into a cool design. Put some scales on there. This one looks pretty good, but again, I do want them to be bipedal, so... Try drawing avians? Sun and Moon has a lot of post-game content if you count Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as the post-game content. But yeah, to be honest, I usually don't finish Pokemon games, so post-game content I never actually like get to. So I can't actually speak on the quality of Sun and Moons or any of the other ones. Ah, this one's cute. I would use that if it was like leg had. I guess it's time to draw it with legs now. Figure that one out. I can give myself more room. Which is going to make the background go crazy. So I'm just going to make it a solid color. That'll have to do. Make it a little lighter, actually. Alright. Oh, I should probably save this whole thing as, like, mermaids. Merfolk, sorry. Again, I'm used to writing it, but not used to saying it out loud. My apologies. Was I know as cold as possible, take use them would be better as DLC for Sun and Moon. I've got to experience Battle Frontier. I don't like Pokemon battles, so I don't know if I would enjoy the Battle Frontier. Wasn't Usam more of a whoops tries instead, or is that not a thing? No, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, from my understanding, again, I again did not play the sequel, whoops. But from my friends who have, what I've heard is Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is, like, hands down the hardest Pokemon games in the franchise. Like, they were just like, alright, here's a Pokemon game where if you don't understand competitive battle theory, you won't be able to progress through the main plot. And then it has, like, a crazy lore dump at the end of it. All while having, like, it's kind of... I don't want to say a remake of Sun and Moon, but it takes all the characters, you know, it's like a spiritual... It's post-Scratch Sun and Moon. It is post-Scratch Sun and Moon, and that's the best I can describe it. And I hate that I have to describe it like that, but that's what Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is. Alright, let's draw this again, but with legs. That's... There's a lot of Wind Waker music on this playlist, as you could guess. Or as you could tell. And because it's a mermaid, it's an oceany game. One day I will learn to draw hips, but today is seemingly not that day. I like this one too. Whenever I draw, like, eyes like this, it is just Lime's eyes from .x with, like, pupils added in. But yeah, I feel like Ultra Sun and Moon was partially made because they knew the next ones would be Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which were going to be, like, super, super easy entry level, so they decided to put out, like, a super intense one right before it to kind of get that balance. It's not called Home Free. Oh, it's a shame with Luce. I mean, not that she was handled super great in Sun and Moon, unfortunately, but, I guess that makes sense since they added in every villain from every previous generation to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Having Lucamine still be evil would be kind of a lot to juggle. I like the idea of the Merfolk looking a little bit alien, a little bit familiar, very familiar but not too familiar, etc., etc. I'm gonna end up, like, designing a character by the end of the stream, I think. Sky, I'm drawing for fairy. Dang it, I am! Shoot, okay. Oh. Hopefully as I add more, it won't be the same. It will change up more. I do believe they're going to do at least one more. I think Gold and Silver are going to get the Let's Go treatment. I just have a hunch. There's nothing backing that up other than me just thinking that that's what Pokemon Company would do. Not that I think that's a great idea. I just do think that's the direction they're going to take with it. Let's just all cross our fingers that the inevitable Diamond and Pearl remakes aren't Let's Go Diamond and Pearl. Not that the Let's Go games are bad in their own right, they're just not a replacement for mainline games. I like these big ears because then they could have like things hanging off of it. I could see like a Merfolk with like a fishing hook earring or something like that. This is so anatomically weird looking. I gotta fix these hips up real bad. And then have the tail still. I think I'm leaning, or I think I'm starting to land towards something I really like. But we'll see. Of course I want them to look different enough from all the other Hetrean species I have over on the side there, cycling through. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Heart Gold and still Soul Silver. Let's go Pikachu and let's go Togepi. Pichu and Togepi. Oh, I can see... let's go Meryl and let's go Togepi. I can see them doing that. Let's go Plus and let's go Minun. That would actually be great. Let's go lesbians. Let's go Mario and let's go Sonic. If they... I think it'll be a while before we see Hoenn again. We did get Hoenn pretty recently. After Diamond and Pearl, the one we'll be furthest away from having seen will be Johto, so that's why I think that that's next. Have I told you all about the pattern I've noticed with when they do remakes of games? About how it's once the number of the gen is in like the back half of the amount of gens that exist? I want the legs to still kind of resemble the tail here, so maybe it'll still have the frills. I want to do more cool stuff with the eyes. I gotta play around with that. Oh, they might reboot third games. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant Hoenn, but you're right. Yellow, Crystal, Emerald, Platinum. I could totally see them doing that. Because Let's Go is a Yellow remake. So the next one could be Let's Go Suicune and Let's Go Togepi. You always thought it was when they move to a new console that they do a remake? Is that the pattern? That is kind of the pattern, I suppose. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit of both. Hold on, let me show you the pattern I've picked up on. We're going full conspiracy mode here. My apologies. So what I see, what I've seen is that, you know, we have the generations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we're getting 8, right? And then they do the remakes, which I'll put in green underneath. So at first, there was only... I should have done this one at a time. Hold on. So there's Gen 1, we got Gen 2, we got Gen 3, and it's a little, it's a little weird at the start because when it's lower numbers, it doesn't totally fit, unfortunately. But right now, Gen 3 comes out, the halfway point is here. This is the halfway point, is the second gen is the halfway point. And so, they then make a remake of the game that just entered the halfway. I know 1 was in the halfway point when 2 came out, but to do 1, 2, 1 would not work, and so my theory's not perfect. But I think that it's something they adopted starting when they did the remix 1. So 2's the halfway point, 1 is in the front half, so then, after 3, we get the 1 remakes, which I will put down here in green, because it's kind of like a separate thing. Then, 4 comes out, and the halfway point moves. Now the halfway point is over here between 2 and 3. Oh, 2 is in the left half now. So the next game to come out is a 2 remake. Then we get 5. Halfway point moves to being on 3. 3 is not on the left half yet. It's still on the... It's on the middle. It's getting closer to the left half, but it's not there yet, so we don't get a remake. Then 6 comes out... Oh. 6 comes out. Halfway points between 3 and 4. Now 3's on the left, so now we get the 3 remake. I'm messing up all my pens and colors and stuff. Then after 6, we get 7. Halfway point moves again. It's on 4. 4 does not get a remake in this 7th gen. So now we're getting 8. And now once 8 comes out, the halfway point will be between 4 and 5. And so I think 4 will get a remake after 8. That's my prediction. I hope it makes sense. This guy is very cool and you put a lot of thought into this. However... but I think you're right. The system thing also makes some sense, and I never thought of it like that. I think it's a combination of both. I think... It depends, because, like... There was only 1 generation on Game Boy Advance, and it was 3rd gen. But DS had 2 gens, and 3DS had 2 gens. So it's neither of them track perfectly. But I see what you mean. By the systems... theory, it would be after Let's Go that we would get the... I guess depending on how you count Let's Go. So, who knows? Anyway, that's my gen theory. And so, my prediction is that to finally get the Gen 5 remakes I am so longing for, it'll take us until... 2 steps over, until Gen 10 comes out, and then we'd get the Gen 5 remakes. Is that how it's gonna happen? I don't know. But that's kind of when I expect it. If we don't get it until... if we're at Gen 11 and we don't have a Gen 5 remake yet, then I'm gonna start thinking like, huh, what's going on? Does Let's Go count as a main series game? From what I've seen of Game Freak and, like, the way they talk about it, yes, it does seem to. At least as much as, like, Emerald does, or the remakes do. They probably planned it out, honestly, since Nintendo can control both their consoles and Game Freak, sort of. Kinda. I don't think Nintendo actually is allowed to control what games Game Freak makes, because Game Freak does a lot of... This is kind of something that surprised me not too long ago, but Game Freak makes games that are exclusives on PlayStation. Like, did you know that? Because that's weird to me. It's only Pokemon games that they have Nintendo exclusivity with, which is also why it's so rare that a new Pokemon game will be announced in a direct specific, like in a general direct. They always have their own Pokemon directs, because Nintendo Game Freak is like the weird, not weird, but like the youngest child who Nintendo does not have any control over and just lets get away with anything they want. These are not well-drawn legs. That's okay, I'm just getting the basic shape here down. I like the legs the way I was drawing them before. And the frills maybe will be worked into the clothing, I don't know. Hey, speaking of Splatoon. Game Freak on PlayStation? Yeah! What was the name of the game? Look up just like non-Pokemon games Game Freak has made, and you'll see that there are some. Like, there's some we all know about because they're also Nintendo games like Harmonite, but there was one like 2 years ago that was a PS4 exclusive, which is so weird to me. We've moved so far off course from mermaids, but that's okay. Nope, that's too much. I like the idea of them having something down their back that travels onto the tail. I don't know whether I want it to be like a fin-like spike like this, or one of these sea slug things. But maybe it'll vary from mermaid to mermaid, or like tropical to Arctic. Fix up the feet a little bit. Yeah, I like the legs ending wider than I have them here. Ba, 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 ba. This should all be done on the sketch layer, but I've already screwed up, so here we are. And then, like, the armor would have something coming off here or something like that. Kind of like these frills. I like the almost like knee pad, elbow pads I did on this one, so I'm going to include that as well. I think that looks pretty cool. And some on the face. And maybe the face pattern will vary Merfolk to Merfolk. Tonda the elephant. Yeah! That sounds familiar. Game Freak made Mega Drive games? They did! Hetrea. How big is Hetrea compared to Earth? Smaller, probably, because I have a bad grasp on, like, size. And the map I've made is definitely not Earth size. Terp, welcome! Follow up with land to water ratio. I can show you the map of Hetrea. Hold on a second, everybody. I have the map of Hetrea right here in the background. So if I drag this layer, whoops. If I drag, I'll just open it in a different tab in here. Hold on. The map of Hetrea is not finished. I think I want to add a third continent in that I've just not done yet. But this is it and how I work on it. This is what the map of Hetrea looks like, and these colors might be a bit bright right now. But this is your general idea of it. It's all a little bit subject to change as I go. I do tweak it from time to time to better fit things. How long? Oh, you have no sound. How long am I streaming until? I don't know. Whenever. Maybe like 9. Maybe 9:30. Because I started a little late. G-Terp, how come your mom wants you to have 2 terps? Oh, that's excellent. Okay, wanting to hug the merfolk is good, because I try to keep my designs cute. So that is a good sign. That's a bird? I don't see it, but... Yeah, just to really quick, what is this? I haven't, like, touched this in a little while, so... Oh... The colors are a little extreme right now. Hold on. Here you go. Here's the map of Hetrea. I can tell you that this is Time Mountain. This whole thing. Time Mountain is like a center mountain here with a mountain range around it like so. And like a valley around the middle. This is the bay that in .x they sail across. Right before Gel transforms, that is along this line. Meaning, this is Mobius City, this is about where Frisky's castle would be. I know that this up here is the desert caravan takes place on. They travel from... let me see here. Do I have the map anywhere? Oh yeah, the Northern Sands. So they travel from here, Wind's Gate, and they sail across to the Neon City up here. So this is the Northern Sands of the desert. And then this heart-shaped island, you could probably tell what takes place there if you're familiar with my properties. Oh yeah, I have things mapped here too. Yeah, that's funny. And it's a lot of me just kind of playing... Oh, the Unmoon is chained to the ground right here. Yay! Ah, sweet, Terp, I hope you are. Compare .x's range versus Caravan. So .x takes place within this circle, basically all of .x, the 500 pages, including the trek onto the edge of Time Mountain, and then Caravan takes place across this. But, of course, they're traveling in Caravan, and they are not in .x, so... Yeah. She's Island music. I'm trying to think, is there any other series people are familiar with that I could point out where they take place? I hear the heart-shaped islands where Trick or Treat take place. Oh, that's a good question. Trick or Treat originally was going to take place down here, but I've decided it probably is going to be somewhere on this continent instead. But there's also, like, not much of a story, so it doesn't totally matter. At least not right now. If I decide to do more Trick or Treat stuff with plot, then we'll see. The Time one? Revolving Light takes place on Time Mountain. So, neighbors to .x. Yeah. Time Mountain is the base of operations for Revolving Light. Which is also why... Well, not the only reason, but Time Mountain's meant to be the highest point on Hetrea, and so I wanted it to stay in the middle of the map, which is why we have all this empty space over here, and everything kind of forms circles around it. That's kind of the what I was trying to do with this, and you can kind of see how there's, like, the circle. Let me make this a bigger pen. You can see there's kind of this circle here, and then there's another one that forms this ridge here, and then there's all the water there, and then there's this, this circle, and that's just kind of this generally how I started working on the map. Where does Kevin Quest take place? Kevin Quest is non-canon to Hetrea. Bear Island is probably one of the little specks, though. I'll keep Bear Island. Oh, thank you, Explode 7. I appreciate that. It's just a lot of trial and error and years of trying things over and over again. I think I have... Yeah, where is my sketch layer? There it is. I'm gonna turn off everything but the sketch layer that I have. Oh, you can see I was starting to work on the other continent there. Here is, like, my general sketch I did for this. For this map. And you can see I wanted... this is, like, the Mobius and Time Mountain stuff. And then I kind of scribbled in the shapes of generally where I wanted stuff. I knew Caravan would need the Northern Sands to the Neon City and Wind's Gate and all that. Like, I knew what I needed for it. I knew where the Unmoon was going to be. It's a lot. You can see the circles I drew originally. You can see I kind of played around with where the Heartless Princess takes place a couple times. If you look at it compared to the final thing, this whole continent was added in. The Heartless Princess Island was moved around a lot, but I think its climate is a desert with mountains, which is much closer to the Northern Sands than any other part on Hetrea, so it moved in closer to that. So yeah, you can take my word for it, eventually there will be more of an island over here on the left. And here I have an archipelago kind of planned, and then I think that, yeah, that's done, that's there. And so this is kind of leading into another landmass. Yay! Was Time Mountain a meteor? No, it wasn't a meteor, although it does, it kind of is shaped like one. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. That's an interesting thing that I know eventually Time Mountain in the Uprising era lifts off as its own separate thing, and the ridge of mountains around it kind of opens up a bit, and so it floats up almost looking like a blossoming flower in the air. But that's getting into, like, future stuff. Anyway, back to working on the mermaid. Oh, hello. Merfolk, sorry, wow. I'm a dunce. I really did give this thing, like, heckapoo thighs. That is maybe something I need to tone down significantly. Let's just keep working on them. I need another just generic T-posy-ish stance. Since we're listening to, this isn't the Zora music, is it? I think it is. Yeah, I'm gonna do a more Zora one then. Oh, by the future sky will have honed his crafting uprising will make us all cry IRL with our eyes. I hope so. That would be nice. Do merfolk feel scaly or slimy? Good question. I think they're going to be more squishy. Because I like the idea of them being like sea slug-like in some... and amphibious. So I think they're going to be more like a squishy slimy. See, I'm going to do a more Zora one. Intentionally so. Just to get that out of my system. It's just Mifa. You know, I never played Twilight Princess, but I have the Zelda art book, and I love the way the Zoras look in that. I'm actually going to look that up real quick for inspiration. Like, they're gorgeous. I guess I'm not a big fan of the long head thing that Zoras tend to have. That's good. Whoa, there we go. Chat just exploded. Everybody likes the squish. I will cry with my ears, but you explode. Maybe having the tails is like a mid-growth thing for Merfolk because they get legs? Ooh, that's a good question. I like that. Fate, that is really good. I'm not going to click that link. I'm way too scared to. So, in theory, a mature merfolk would either have a smaller tail or no tail at all. Maybe just like that. Almost like a shark fin. I kind of like the big tails, though. Maybe like that. Maybe that. Rather than like a... I gotta think about it. But I will draw this into a merfolk. Here they are sticking one of their arms out so I can see whatever arm details it's gonna have. I always draw the arms too long and then have to like dial it back. The other arm will just be at their side. I think that other one's still too long. What could I do here different? I'm going to do a no hair, just kind of a head-shaped one, which is going to look very slime-like, I already can tell, but... Oh, wrong layer. Ba-da-ba-ba. I should also mention, because I think a lot of the merfolk I've been drawing have been drawn with very classically feminine shapes and you know, stereotypically that kind of thing. But I do intend, like with Mobians and other Hetrean species like slimes, for there to be no visible difference in the gender of a merfolk. Like, the eyelash things will be on all of them, etc., etc. All my designs for everything just end up looking more feminine because I like drawing things cuter. And that's typically, like, more closely associated with that, just in general media. This is almost looking bug-like, but I'm going to keep rolling with it. Okay, who was suggesting the Time Mountain Meteor thing? Because I freaking love that. And I'm thinking that, like, since Hetrea has cycles where it kind of rebirths itself and, like, has new land masses and species and stuff, maybe if I want to use humans again on, like, a previous cycle of Hetrea, it could be that they got carried by a meteor and crash landed back on Hetrea, and that's why there's humans on this cycle of Hetrea, which I already was going to do such a thing with the Seamers to, like, work humans into that eventually, because I feel like at some point humans and Seamers together kind of works to have, like, Seamer trainers and stuff, even if initially I want Seamers to be their own thing. Ooh, I should do, like, more of a manta ray thing. I love manta rays. Oh, let's see what... I missed some stuff. Concept. At some point in development, they have two tails, which become legs. Ooh! I could see that. Yeah, them both just looks too good for it not to be that. Yeah, I like the two-tail thing that splits. Maybe it's one tail that splits into three and two of them become legs and the other one just stays the tail. Longer tails, arced ones have shorter tails but are bulky. Oh, I like that fate. That's a good idea. Draw a merman. The mermanliest merman. I did draw a merman. We got a merman right here. Big buff manly fish frog man. Yes, that was Explode's suggestion. Thank you for that. I don't know Transformers, but I mean, Hetrea has robots. I've never drawn like a mech traditionally, but I don't think I'd be unable to. Also, I'm not a furry, so don't... I just glossed right over that. I have no problem with drawing mechs. I don't know what I'm doing with this one. I'm kind of having an idea in mind, like maybe like a diving gear is what armor could look like for Merfolk, or like some form of that. I think that could be kind of cool. Maybe like Arctic Merfolk have more of like scuba gear looking, like big, almost robotic armor, and then tropical Merfolk have more like just regular, just swim trunks. I don't want the arms to look too much like gloves. I do think I'm circling like a design here. This one looks a little bit froggier in terms of the tail. This arm's too high up, but whatever. Should probably work on just the heads, because the bodies are all looking very similar. Tadpoles, half fish, three-armed squid, adult merfolk. Yes, that's it. That's them. I don't know GoBots. I know nothing about GoBots. Or what? I've never even heard of them, I don't think. I'm going to work on the heads for a bit. Like, I want something off the sides, but I don't know what. That's the issue. Wait, what the heck is... Oh, this is my Pokemon diagram. Oh. It's a narwhal now. I'm just gonna draw a bald one a couple times. This one's fun. Well, this is just a cat. That's just a cat. That's not even... That's a Mobian, at best. Oh my god. If there's ever a Transformers 2, the hyphens or the abbreviations are going to be really confusing. It's a Fausch. It's just an anglerfish thing now. I should pull up some of the older designs for Merfolk I've done. Oh yeah, wow, they look real different, huh? So the last one I had tried was this one, where, as you can see, I kind of lost track of where the clothing and the Merfolk began and ended. Up to this one, which is... Wow, I can't believe I let that slide. This one's very frog-like. but doesn't really work. That's more like a freshwater thing. And also looks more like a seamer, if I'm being perfectly honest with myself. And then I've got a couple others like this. I like that. I like the circle head thing. Hold on. I think the circle head thing is cool, but probably could get annoying to draw with multiples. Also, this just looks like some variant of slime. Whoa, hey everybody. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna actually just remove this one. Yeah, I like the teeth here. Oh, she also has the pointed ears and the antenna thing. I didn't even realize I was still doing that. But her design actually is very similar to a lot of these, like the hands and feet and such. Boom, boom, ba, ba. I don't know. This looks almost like a ranunculus, like the outer layer, but I kind of like it. Maybe it's like what a hood looks like for Merfolk, or something like that. Egg slime. Oh yeah, it's egg slime. So this is more of like a child Merfolk, I guess. Maybe that means there's something to it. I think it's crawling out of the hood. It does, yeah, I think that this is kind of like a mid-stage. It'll have like this outer layer thing becomes this, and then as they mature it kind of comes off, and they have hair underneath it like this one. I feel like we're getting somewhere. Like how it's all... I'm gonna get rid of a Pokemon thing because we don't need that now. Also their face looks like Doge. Oh, the cat one? Yes. This here looks like the one picture of the cat with all the knives being held up to it. That sounds awful, but you know the meme I'm talking about. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. I think my favorite is this one, just in terms of general shape and what I could add onto it, though. Maybe I need to tone down the spikes a bit. That might just be my favorite because of the hair, though, because it probably has the best looking hair here. What does everybody think? Would there be like deep sea Merfolk? I think the biggest difference between like deep sea and surface sea is maybe like deeper Merfolk would be lighter colored and surface ones would be darker colored because they're closer to the sun. And it would just be like a coloration change. The child woman with the hood looks like Doge? Oh well. Yeah, draw a really freaky Merfolk. Okay. Let me do something really different then. This is already the stuff of nightmares. I don't like where I'm going with this, so I'm going to stop drawing it now. Oh, I don't think any of you saw the mermaid I drew the other day, which was human on top, fish on bottom, but not in the way you'd expect. So, like, oh, look, here's, like, the classical human mermaid with, like, the shell bra, etc., etc. But the bottom half was a fish. And I do mean the bottom half was a fish. And this one is Magikarp now, but the point stands. So this is not a Hetrean Merfolk, but I do think that would be very funny. Angler Merfolk? Anglers are where I started with Merfolk, but I could definitely go back to them. Blobfish. What even game is Electroplankton for? It's from the game Electroplankton, which is a DSi rhythm game. Jesus. This looks like something from the Octo expansion Subways. Maybe I could do more of like a fish one. It's definitely an interesting one, I think. I can see this guy, like, holding a trident guarding Atlantis in, like, a superhero comic. Which mouth eats and which mouth poops? Neither will admit to either. Oh, explode. That is actually a really cool horror-ish idea. What if I eliminate the upper body altogether? There it is. Hetrean Merfolk. I've done it. It's Undertale with fish. Oh. That's great. It's a clam. Yeah. Oh, clam. Could be an interesting sea creature. Let me try doing something like clam-like. Hold on. No, never mind. I just thought of the idea of drawing clams from more than one angle, like, to work a character into something, and it was a nightmare, so never mind. Not gonna do a clam. I will draw a cold water merfolk, because I think we've been doing, like, warm water. Oh, maybe, you know, maybe one of the differences is that Arctic merfolk always have the tail thing, while tropical split into legs. Maybe that's another way I can split them up. But I'll try doing the bulkier Arctic Merfolk with legs to see what it looks like. They'll have more extreme mer features, kind of like the ears. Maybe like 2 pairs of these. I can see them being like more warrior-y, the Arctic ones, because they have to like hunt to survive in the cold or something like that. Well, work on the lore once we have a design. Oh, because claims only have big buff Arctic Merfolk. That's it. That's it. Yeah, Merfolk person on ice. Yeah, I think they live underwater. I'll give it a trident, even if that's not the weapon I end up using for Merfolk. Because I think Merfolk with trident is just, like, done to death. And understandably so. But I'll draw it for now, for this concept. Really a merfolk that could snap your neck by looking at you. I actually don't have any stories in mind to use Arctic merfolk specifically for yet, but I like the idea of having them on deck. This is looking like a Mobian merfolk crossbreed. Just with the mane. Throughout the tail. Which, yeah, the Arctic merfolk will definitely have, like, bigger tails to, like, store food in for when they struggle. And probably sharper teeth. They're the more, like, monster-like of the different mer people. You get the idea. They'd probably be like 8 feet tall, while the other ones would be closer to human size. Like the whales of merfolk. Like bonier appendages to break the ice. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the extra spikes I put on this one, I think would be probably better suited on this. They could like slam their tail. Ooh, sorry, to like crack the ice. Explode. Eat the tail for substance. Yeah, they're not any... I understand they're not any less attractive. I am not intending to make them any less attractive. Nothing is more attractive than a large tail that could be used as a weapon. That sentence is going to come back to bite me at some point, I feel. And their patterns would be like sharper angles, unlike the regular merfolk's like circular things going on here. They'd have more like sharp patterned. Maybe they have stuff caught in their hair. Give Anaconda just the biggest tail. Anaconda does radiate big tail energy, I will admit. I mean, anacondas are all tails. Ah, shoot, you're right. Anaconda's gotta be a merfolk now. No, that would not work, but... I am adding tails back onto Mobians for the new designs for .x, so I could give Anaconda more of a snake-looking one. This thing reminds me a bit of a Jasper from Steven Universe. Some more spikes. Put a soda can ring caught in there. Don't pollute, kids. Big tail energy. Oh, honestly. I'm gonna do another Arctic Merfolk. And then I think we should probably... I'm gonna probably want to work on the armor in just a minute here. No noses. There's the fishing hook earring I mentioned earlier. I should probably do this on the other layer. Whoops. Arctic Merfolk are kind of shaping up to look more villainous than I originally intended, but that's okay. That's not going to be all of them. That's just going to be how this one looks. I think there's going to be a large amount of Arctic Merfolk that are gentle giants. Like whales themselves. How does Hetrea compare to Earth, capitalism, pollution, climate change-wise? Are they actually sane there? Yes, they are. We need more characters that look like villains but aren't, just in general. Yeah, I mean, I definitely need to do more of that, because so few of my characters look like villains, unless they're Mai or Anaconda. Like, even the demon doesn't... Even the demon looks like it could just be a fun, cute, squishy friend. So... Oh, tropical Arctic Merfolk wielding anchors. Holy crap, I love that. That's exactly what this one's going to be holding right now. That is such a cool idea for a chain weapon. Thank you, Fate. That is phenomenal. With the battle axe of the sea. God, can you imagine this thing just like... That's... I'm picturing Roadhog, but you get the idea. I like this concept a lot. Oh, so how does it compare to Captain Earth in all those ways? It is, yeah, they're absolutely more sane there. It doesn't have any of that nonsense except for right before the Uprising era, you get some themes of, like, capitalist villains, which is what prompts the Uprising era. because people will not have patience for that once they realize what's going on Hetrea. Hetrean politicians are pro good things and bad. I don't think Hetrea has, like, politicians. I think it works. I mean, I gotta think. I used to have a whole political system for Hetrea, but that's from, like, that was from a version of Hetrea like, changing things up. That was, like, before United. Oh, thank you. I was just handed a water by a mystery guest. Thank you, mystery guest. So I gotta think about it. I usually lean towards, like, representatives from different... Like, each kind of city or community is kind of its own kingdom. Or each kingdom is its own kingdom, sort of thing. I don't know. I think it's mostly monarchies, but with the idea of if you are in charge, your number one goal is to serve the people. If the people are unhappy, they will overthrow you pretty easily and elect a new monarch, if you will. I'm doing this real loose and messy right here, but you all get the idea. I want to start working on, like, outfits and such. And yes, I love the idea of them using the anchor to push and pull ice flows and all that good stuff. Ah, that's so cool. Maybe the Arctic Merfolk intentionally stay far from Time Mountain. They probably would, because Time Mountain has a much more warm climate around there, so... The mystery guest is Pudding, who Sky has been creating real life in secret. Yes, that's right. The Pudding is one of Mai's robots' theory. It turned out not to be true in .x, but it is true in real life. Alright, I want to work on outfits. So I'm going to take this and copy it to make like a base. But I will edit it a bit, because I don't think its proportions are perfect yet. I think her arms need to be a little longer. Maybe not as spiky. I kind of like the longer limbs on Merfolk, so that they're kind of almost like a cephalopod's tentacles. Just kind of stretching out there. Not too much so, though. Just a little bit more. Like that. I think that looks better. Alright, so this is the Merfolk I'm going to just keep working on to test different outfits and such. Sky is my... I mean, I do say pretty often that the closest .x characters to me would be like, I'm somewhere between Mai and Joe. Whoops. But, of course, I put a little bit of myself into every .x character, because that's just how authors do, usually. Do I want to change the ears at all? I think I like these. I think some Merfolk might have, like, these things, like, also have, like, almost a beard out of them, because I think tentacle beards are pretty cool, like, Davy Jones-ish. So let me line up a couple of these. A couple of these slippery friends to use as a base to draw outfits on. What happened there? What happened there? Okay. So this is a tropical merfolk. We mentioned having them look more like swimsuits and stuff. I'll start by doing like a classical mermaid, like shell bikini sort of situation, and see if I could come up with some fun armor design off of that. Like my roll swap thing I worked on for 2 days? I do not know what you're talking about, Explode, but you have my attention. Gel, slime engineer and shitty older sister already is an excellent hook. Oh yeah, I'll put them side by side in the stream. I would like to at least get some, like, form of official art for each version done tonight. So, this might be a longer stream than I thought. So, of course, you've got the classical mermaid shell situation. And I want to maybe iterate off that, put like a bigger clamshell as like a shoulder guard. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like any other shell types and I'm drawing a blank. One of those like spiky shells. Well, I wasn't expecting this shell one to actually look that good, but I'm kind of digging it. Shoulders may look good as a conch. Oh, like the spiral? Oh, no, I'm not good with shells. Alright, we'll send a view link to the doc in this Discord. Thank you, I'm excited to check that out. Yeah, let me try one as a conch shell. I'm going to change the chest from just being those as well. I might just not cover that part since they've got nothing there anyway. Something I've realized in redoing the Mobian designs and Hetrea design, .x design for .x and all that is that one of my weirdest choices, quote unquote, with the original .x designs is like most of the guys did not wear outfits and most of the girls did, but that was not always true. Clone was always covered up, and for most of the comic, Audrey had nothing. So I need to, like, make sure I don't put myself into a weird Donald Duck situation where, like, Donald looks weird if he's wearing, like, a towel around his waist when he comes out of the shower, but when he's normally dressed, he's got nothing on down there and he looks fine, and I don't want to, like, put myself into that situation with my designs. Yeah, one large shell. I think that could be pretty good looking. Especially as, like, functional armor. Maybe they've got, like, seaweed connecting the two? Or is that too weird looking? That's too weird looking. But I do like the idea of seaweed being, like, what holds the armor together on the inside. Maybe, like, instead of chainmail. This design is pretty done. I don't think the Merfolk need a lot. I mean, this outfit attempt is pretty much done. The Merfolk don't need a lot, because if they cover up too much, they are just going to look like weird blue and green humans. So, I gotta make sure, like, their spots are visible and whatnot. Maybe a helmet of some kind? Uh... This is the weirdest looking helmet I'll ever draw. Wow, that's Perry's hair almost to a T. Whoops. It was meant to be a clam with, like, the top of it being, like, the Roman brush thing, but it looks like an onion. I mean, armor-wise, there's a chest plate, mainly protects your heart. Cover the stomach, too, because that's where your organs are. We don't know that that's where their organs are. But you're right, maybe it would be... Trying to think of how much Merfolk would actually fight with anything, and whether their armor needs to be more functional or aesthetic. I guess I'll do this as like an armor one for combat, and then I'll design like a casual modern day outfit. I want it to still have kind of like a swim gear appearance, because I want this, again, the tropical mermaid to look more like swim suits, and the Arctic to be more like scuba gear. But if Tropical's gonna be fighting... Then I should probably prepare them for that. So maybe that's where, like, the seaweed chainmail, which I realize would not actually be very helpful, will come in. This hat looks very silly, and I have some regrets about it, but at the same time I can't bring myself to get rid of it. Yeah, I don't think tropical water merfolk are cut out to be warriors. Just looking at this. They look like a bunny person. Oh, I missed your message explode. I feel like it's more to protect from possible debris in the water. Good point, since they can do a hit and run tactics while swimming. That's a fair point. This also looks more like a bit like a fishing net, which kind of works because like the whole fish theme. But I don't want it to look like fish nets, like the what's it called, fashion thing. 'Cause those make me uncomfortable. They look very itchy always. So let me give another shot at this. Oh, I should probably design my mermaid pirate gear, since the one mermaid character or merfolk character I have in mind is a tropical merfolk pirate. So I'm gonna work at that a little bit here. Maybe give him like an overcoat and a big collar. None of that looks good. Seaweed. Maybe like Sora in Pirates in Kingdom Hearts 3? Oh, I don't really remember. I know I liked his design in that, but I gotta look it up if I'm gonna emulate it at all. Intentionally. one of those ruffly things. Maybe that doesn't work for the Merfolk design. No. I don't know how I'm feeling about this one, but... A seaweed ascot. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I like that. I'll work that in the next one, because it's going to get lost on the collar if I do it right now. The tail would just kind of... There'd be a split in the back of the coat for the tail to come out. So here we have two very different outfit ideas. Maybe without the high collar? Yeah, I'm going to have to try that, I think. Let me try no high collar. I don't know what an ascot looks like, so I'm going to look that up real quick. I know what it is, but I can't picture it, because I can't picture things. Yes, of course. Whoops. Ba, 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 ba. I feel like I need to look up more reference, but that's okay. This is just playing around with ideas anyway. Maybe like that's too big bushy pants. That's the kind of pants I'm thinking of for pirates. I'm just gonna look up. Dang it, look up pirate. If I just Google pirate, what comes up? Oh, of course, Jack Sparrow and whatnot. But that is helpful, dare I say. do like the fun piratey boot, which I completely forgot about. This is definitely something. Hello! What is this, mystery guest? I've just been handed what appears to be an entire meal from mystery guest. Oh my god! Oh my god, this bag is just full of butter and cream cheese. I'm not making a joke. I think these are potatoes. Everybody, I'm sorry about this sudden, very dramatic change of mood, but look at this actual bag of butter and cream cheese I'm about to eat all of. Wow. Well, this just became an eating stream. I am so sorry. Is the mystery guest the same every time? I need to know. It is usually the same. There has been a couple times where it's not, but it is mostly the same. Wow. Ouch. My... This just fell on my foot, because this is under my desk. This is what I used to draw the pages of .x leaning on, because I would hand draw them all first. Move that over here. It fell down again. The other mystery guest has come in, just to kind of be like, hey, I'm here. And they've left again. Alright, cool. So I have also 2 potatoes, I assume they're potatoes, for this... all this butter and sour cream to go on. Did I say cream cheese before? It's butter and sour cream. I would not eat cream cheese on a potato. So this is awkward, because y'all gotta watch me eat now, and I apologize. I will continue to draw in bits as I progress through these taters. Potatoes are potatoes are my favorite food, so I'm very happy right now. And I apologize to everyone, because I did not put an eating warning in this, announcement for the stream or anything. And yet, here we are. What's everybody's favorite Merfolk design in media? That's actually something I'm very curious about for everyone. Whether it be, and I use Merfolk loosely, I mean, sentient sea species, be it Zora, or, Magic the Gathering Merfolk, or just, Little Mermaid mermaids, or whatever. What's everybody's favorite? What do people like? What do you like about them? This is me trying to do audience participation as I get my food ready for me to eat. Let me grab a handful of butters and sour cream. God, it's so much. This is perfect, because I was starting to get hungry, and this is going to give me the energy I need to get this art done. Nobody has answered me in the chat, which just makes this a weird, sad stream of me talking to myself as I eat this potato, but sometimes it just gotta be that way. You can't even see me preparing my potato, which is probably for the best. I'm putting an inhuman amount of butter on it, because that's how much butter I was given. Yeah. What was the question? What's everybody's favorite, sentient sea species from media? Doesn't have to be, a merfolk specifically, but anything that kind of fills that void. Yeah, like human with fish attributes, exactly. Explode, creepy stuff. Iguana mouse. I've never heard of iguana mouse. Is that a game or a show or a specific thing? Character? Remember that one, Mermaid Scholar. Hellboy type designs. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look this up. I don't know. I've never seen any Hellboy content, unfortunately. This is sour cream, not cream cheese, right? Yes, it is. Alright, good. I don't know why I doubted myself. Oh, Iguana Mouse is an artist. Cool. I really like, the first one that's coming to mind is Marine Devimon from Digimon. Just because it's a good, nasty mer design. Which I should probably take a look at. It would probably... It, like, fits the perfect, like, just the right amount of squid for a mer design. I'm so sorry that this is what the, stream has come to. No, let me at least... give you all something good to look at while I write eating break on the screen. Real big, like. Whoop. Let me use a darker color. Oh no, explode your computer! Ripdraw from older Ben 10. Whoa, that is a throwback, but I know exactly who you're referring to, and yeah, that is a pretty good one. It was so unique in its, like, white and green. I mean, I guess all the Ben 10 aliens were white, green, and black, but that was, like, unique for a Merfolk, and I like that. Alright, Explode, I will click that link, because I'm eating, and that... you'll be able to see my reaction to it, since I'm not drawing right now anyway. Oh, jeez. You know what? I think I've already seen this, and I love it. It's really good. This is very good. Super disturbing, but very good. It felt the most, accurate. Oh, Ripdraw, yeah. I like it. I was into Ben 10 way back when it first aired. Sorry, I was looking at, the link Explode clicked when I was saying that's super disturbing and all that. My favorite was always Upgrade, who like never got used, but I like the power, I like the design. Upgrade was cool. I cannot believe that with Ben 10, and maybe they've done this since, I have not, like, followed Ben 10 closely by any means, but I can't believe they didn't do, like, every episode a different alien shows up and Ben can, like, scan it by his Omnitrix and have access to it. Like, that would have sold toys. I mean, Ben 10 did sell toys, that's why they still make Ben 10, but... oh yeah, Ghost Freak was an awesome villain. I love that too. Like, I haven't seen any Ben 10 since the original run. But there's like 4 of them, right? Like 4 different versions of the show. They must be of at least some steady quality if they keep making them, because that's pretty impressive. They did some of that during the end of the original series. Ah! Oh, there you have it. Yeah, Ben 10 is like the new Scooby-Doo. It will continue on forever in different iterations, and good for it. I'm cracking into my second potato. I haven't even finished the first one yet. But it'll be quicker if I just get them both prepared and eat them both together. You only watched the original and him as a teenager. Oh, that's right. I forgot they did the teenager one. I feel like I might have... I feel like I must have capped off during the original, because I don't remember seeing it end or anything. Although, did it have like a concrete end? I feel like I like saw commercials for the finale, but I never actually saw it myself. But yeah, that's right. I think I saw like a few episodes of Teenager like here and there. But that was, at that point I had already like, I was too old to be watching cartoons, which is dumb and funny. But you know how everybody gets at that age before we all realize that, oh shoot, cartoons are way better than like content made for adults. Now I'm like staying up to binge watch Star Versus. The movie had a bit of an ending. Alright, nice. Oh yeah, I think I remember him meeting like another gray matter. Like another alien of that species that gray matter is. I have a vague memory of that. There's still so much butter and sour cream. This is amazing. Yeah, the time. Yeah. Late high school. Gotta be in it. I gotta be mature now. I don't have time for these cartoons anymore. I will say part of it also was me going back against my own preference for cartoons because I am an older sibling by 7 years, and so I watched a lot of little kid cartoons with my little brother when I was like I'd be like 10 years old watching Blue's Clues and Teletubbies with my little brother. I was like, this is fine, I enjoy this, and so there's a bit of a pushback from myself against my own, like, wait, I'm too old for all this, which, like, no, it's dumb. Just enjoy the things you enjoy. Alright, Skylar's going back to eating real quick. How was everybody's day? I'm sorry that this stream has gone so, like, paused for me to eat, but this is my dinner. You did the reverse of that. Watched a lot of anime with your older bro. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that's what my brother did too. I will say, like, during the day, we'd watch, like, you know, Camp Lazlo, and then at night, we'd stay up and watch Toonami and watch Bobobo and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna try to keep my mouth eating things off camera, because I don't want to be gross. Today we still have a bit of a break before summer classes. Nice. Wait, when did summer classes start? I guess May, if this is the break before them. Wait, I guess, oh wow, June is next month now. That happened quick. Dang. Where does the time go? For me, the 13th, because college is weird. That is weird. That's nice that the pre-summer semester ends kind of early then, right? I love this remix. You know, this one was done by, I think Yuji, like, the Sonic composer. Oh my god, it's so hard to type with, like, butter on my fingers. Come on, come on, come on. Not like this stream. Maybe refresh. Come on. Come on. Stream again. OBS, I'm begging you. Oh, we're losing viewers. Dang it. Oh, both you and me are back. Never mind. Uh-oh. That sounds like I'm not actually back. Just back for a second. Come on, come on. Yeah! Alright! Are we back? The quality looks terrible. But it looks like we might be back. That was very difficult to fix with butter on my hands. And we're back! Wow! I hate that that's been happening in recent streams, but at least we went a couple hours without that. Oh, I'm glad you're all still here. Sorry about that. I still have like a potato and a half to go. I'm so sorry. Not a potato and a half, but half a potato. My deepest apologies for the sharp decline in quality of the stream since I stopped drawing, started eating, and then lost the entire stream. Whoops. This is not my most professional moment, I will admit. But I'm glad to see you're all back. I'm sorry. I still have this much potato to eat. I'm so sorry that it's taking me forever. I gotta speed run. Alright, start the timer. I'm speed running this potato. This was a mistake. Don't speed run eating a potato. Oof. Oh, let me ask you another question to the chat. Eating potato tools is the speedrun, that really got me. 100% glitchless. SGDQ, pick me up! Oh my god. I'm trying to think of other Merfolk related questions. Nothing's really coming to mind. What's everybody's favorite water-type gym leader? That's... We were talking about Pokemon earlier, so that's loosely related. Got a fourth of a potato left. These are big potatoes. This has been amazing. Thank you to my mystery guest who might be watching right now for bringing me the potatoes. This is exactly what I needed, even if it did kill my stream briefly. That's not a seamer. That's a Gari. That is a sentient species on Hetrea. By the way, how did that happen? The stream dropping? I don't know. OBS sometimes kind of crashes for me. It's happened in the last few streams. I think it's either A, when I'm not touching my computer enough, like I haven't been doing anything, so it might have just kind of started to go into screensaver and OBS disconnected, maybe something like that. Does Lana count? Yeah, Lana counts. That's fine. Whenever I talk about gym leaders and stuff, I do count the trial captains. They fill the same role. Specialweight is Diamond and Pearl, right? I think I played against him. I vaguely remember him. He was near, like, the Swamp Safari Zone, right? Yep, that was a dude. Nice. Alright. We've got a lot of garbage here now. Those 2 potatoes are decimated. I'm going to sprint to go throw out my garbage and wash my hands, and I will be right back on stream. Hopefully it won't crash while I'm gone. I'll see you all in just a moment. God willing. I'm back. I'm running around my office now. Okay. Hello, everybody. Who's ready to draw some merfolk? Pew, 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 pew. Yeah. Hetrea fandom. I'm trying to stream. Use your mental energy to crash the guy's stream while he's gone. Thanks. Thank you, Explode7. I appreciate that. Ba, 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 ba. So I think I'll tell you all about this pirate character who we may not see for a long time anyway. I'm kind of designing the outfit for her. She's going to be a merfolk pirate captain. I want her to have kind of like... I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to say... You know the energy that any woman modeling a suit has? I want her to have that. Whatever you would use to describe that. Where she just looks so cool and powerful, and that's the look I'm going for here. Luffy 2 with the Peggle 2 gif, yeah. Butch energy? Not necessarily butch, but definitely lesbian energy is what I'm going for, because that's not something I do enough of with my characters generally. I think as a bisexual male myself, it's just not something that I always remember to write, which is not great. And luckily Caravan actually had some endgame lesbian ships, but it's definitely something that in the next campaign I would like to do a better job. Businesswoman energy. I don't know how to describe it. Kind of like the thing where you just want to be her. Almost like if Lucina didn't time travel and was a pirate, is kind of what I picture for this character. Is like the reaction I would like them to elicit. Should probably do the shape of the head before the face. Woo! Caravan dies in that game. Nice, explode. Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of the same way. Unless it's like them being in a relationship with someone is central to their character, it's not something I often think about. But I definitely want to be mindful to making sure I represent all groups, even if romance isn't a feature. But when romance is not on the table in any way, it's not like it doesn't come up. And so I'm not, like, thinking of it. So that's why going into this character design, I want it to be... even if they have no romantic interest in the series, I would love for them to be someone that appeals to, you know, the lesbian community. Also because I have a friend who's a lesbian who might be involved in the next Tabletop Hetrea campaign, should it ever happen, who is not in Caravan, and I would like to design this character specifically to their tastes. And that's a big part of it as well. I think Merfolk eyebrows are gonna look kind of open and circular like this, rather than like the lines I usually do. Might be a matter of style, honestly. Yeah. I know there was a time where I tried to, like, pin every .x character down as something, but you know what? I feel like, especially with a series with .x where the center of the plot is very close to a love triangle, things will naturally kind of fit together. But yeah, the whole Anaconda gel thing was the start of me being like, let me actually take some time to make this stuff explicit in the content of what I'm doing, and not just in my mind. Oh, chat jump again. Yeah, Zen Fate, absolutely the same. That's the default I assume for all my characters. Because frankly, it just gives them more possible romantic partners, and that's more fun to write. I like to have stories where conceivably anyone could get together, and if they do, that's just how it works. Like when I did Caravan, I wanted it to be that if any of the players, you know, wanted to form a romantic interest with any NPC, it was available and open for them, and I think that worked out pretty well. Even if only one of them did. I've got her tail. This is gonna be a longer, but thinner tail, I think. I see her being more like an agile, swashbuckling type, leaping from the top of ships and such, and all that jazz. Yeah, that's not necessary right now. Alright. I want to do another cat. Whoops, that tail kind of got a little intrusive on the next one over. I'm going to do a casual merfolk, because I still need to design a merfolk that is not a specific character, just kind of like, here's what a merfolk looks like in modern-day Hetrea. So, that's what I'm going to try to do with this one. And since I did like a bikini-inspired one over here, I'm going to do this one more of a one-piece. Not that one piece, but like a swimsuit one piece. Almost like a lifeguard look, which I think would be a good job for merfolk to have. Those that are integrated with humans and all that. Going off the tropical Arctic merfolk thing earlier, I think definitely tropical merfolk are kind of like a part of the human Mobian slime, etc. society, whereas Arctic merfolk more so keep to themselves in their harsher climate. Hello, Pat Cat, welcome! Then singing the One Piece rap. Stripes on this, just to make it look more like a modern outfit, not like, I don't know, what else it could be construed for me, it's fine. I kind of like the idea of merfolk, like, non-combat merfolk. Merfolk who aren't about to go into battle, just being, like, wearing, like, what we would wear as swimwear when they're on land. Almost like the opposite, and wearing, like, more full outfits with, like, flowing things when they're underwater. Like, we all come to the beach dressed the same, but for different reasons. Why does that mouth look not right? Oh well. Nice, Pat. Freef. They swim in air. You didn't know that was from The Legend of Zelda? Explode 7. What? It's in like every Zelda game. I want to have like something asymmetrical on the design. Maybe like with some shells hanging off of it or something. Or maybe, I don't know, circles? Circles hanging off of it as a placeholder. This might take a turn more into like adventuring gear, but that's fine. person's wearing gloves. It just looks like weird big Mega Man hands, so never mind on that. I like doing different eye patterns. Basically, what I'm doing with the Merfolk eyes... Oh, that looks like a clown. Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. I take it back immediately. We're just gonna go with the regular eyes I was doing before. Oh. Listen, Sky, listen. Hey. Venture in the sea for these things. That's right. Don't you Gamzee at me. I'm the one with the Gamzee sweatshirt and t-shirt. Spubby. It's good, I like Spubby. I think I want this to have kind of like a flowy bit coming off of it. Like they did shoulder spots. Like spots on their shoulders. I don't know why, but I cannot imagine Sky wearing a Gamzee shirt. I'm not putting it on stream, I'm sorry. I picture Sky cosplaying Gamzee. I've done that. I did cosplay Gamzee at a con once. But that was years ago. Feels like a lifetime ago. I was a different person. And the different person was Gamzee. What? dot dot dot. Oh no, you can't just drop that on that. Yeah, I'm sure the pictures of me as Gamzee are still on the internet somewhere. But that's all the information I'm giving you. Good luck. What was any of the other hairstyles I did? Like a short hair Merfolk. It's pretty cool. It's like a little crashing wave. So I think Merfolk have gotta have like lungs and gills. Like just that works somehow. Magic maybe. Electric Silbu. Hetrea ARG Season 2. No more Silbu. I feel like a lot of the lines were viable for just random Merfolk folk. Yeah, because I've done so much Merfolk work, I think it all kind of... We started where we ended today, in a way. Just with some variations. Oh, the Nepeta hat would have been great. I think Merfolk gotta have guns. That's it. Some older Merfolk. This is just this character again in the new style. She's even got the shoulder circles. Doesn't give her the swirly hair. Oops. Like I'm just gonna make this one into that, and then we're gonna have her be the default Merfolk. Ba, 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 ba. I'm gonna X out of these other ones so I stop accidentally clicking over to them. Frog! Catfuck was on. Homestuck merch, I have blood. Oh, you have some Andrew's blood. That's amazing. I have a social life fucking obliterated. Oh my god. Oh, beautiful. So now, as we promised before, let's draw... I suppose I should get an official art page ready for the new Merfolk. I'm gonna grab placeholder A. Save this preemptively as Tropical Merfolk. That's Psy. I want to put her in more of an action pose, of course, than what we have here. Oh, what we have here is actually bigger than the amount of space I give myself? Oh my god! Alright, that's it. I'm starting these new. We're going full 500 by 500. I think it's time I redid all the other... I think I even mentioned at the beginning of the stream I want to redo the other old art anyway, so... So what kind of pose do we want for her? By for her, I mean for Merfolk in general. Maybe like a jumping thing? Probably not. We'll give it a shot. This knee's gonna be a pain to do, so maybe not this pose. I guess I should just do regular standing poses for the different species, because it is just a species, like, showing off what the species is, sort of thing. Just gonna play around with proportions a bit. By play around with proportions, I guess I mean make this indistinguishable, or make this completely unrecognizable from what it was. Let me redo this. I've got her tail as well. Hooray! So here's this underlying sketch, which is probably what I should work off more of. And then I'll do like a basic Moby and a basic human on another stream sometime. Like, I'll do a stream that's just going to be like updating the official art for all the Hetrean species. And that will be a fun one. What, Pet Cat? What was that? Oh, I love the shins. Maybe do magic. Oh, do merfolk have magic? I don't know. They probably do the way humans do in that some of them are rarely born with magic, but not usually. Not like slimes are. Would Caravan 2 be like another Caravan Guard situation or something else? No, well, by Caravan 2, it depends on whether you mean the next tabletop Hetrea sequel or the sequel to Caravan, which are two things that I would love to do eventually and are two different things. The next tabletop Hetrea adventure is going to be completely different. It's going to be pirate themed, which is why I'm doing Merfolk. Who knows when I'll get around to that too. And then the sequel to Caravan is going to be focus on a meal, and that's way further in the future. So who knows where we are or how long it'll be. But neither of them are going to be on a caravan again. Why a meal? Because Ari specifically wanted to explore a meal as an adult, and we workshopped some ideas together that I really like. And because I have another story that takes place in the Neon City that I was going to do anyway in some form someday, called Shout, that Emil just kind of works for. Bum ba dum ba dum bum bum. You know, let's jump back here. I'll do the official art on my own time, or in their own stream another time. I want to do official, like the quasi-official buff tropical merfolk already. I'm like itching to get started on that. So I'll copy this merfolk down. Now we gotta draw a base for a buff merfolk next to her. Who, as I mentioned earlier, will be way taller. Arctic is the word I was looking for. Arctic merfolk. I think their little antenna things are going to be smaller, but the ears are going to be bigger. The meme song. Ba-da-ba-ba. I don't super know what I'm doing here. Kind of have to use the bathroom, but I feel bad that I spent so much time eating earlier, so I don't want to take up our time with my bathroom nonsense. Oh, I just had an idea. We're gonna just kind of do one of these and work off of, just to figure out what the scale is and then edit it from here. Hooray! Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Gotta bulk up this Merfolk. Just one piece at a time, I guess. I think they have a little bit of like porcupine-esque spikes on their face. I think that could look pretty good. I can't forget that the tail's gotta be... Don't let me forget to put her tail on, because the tail is like the weapon other than anchors of these. Arctic merfolk aren't used to smiling because it's always grey and cold. That's right, just like England. Tropical merfolk aren't used to frowning just because it's vibrant and warm. That's right. Oh, good night, Pat. Thanks for stopping in. Like, I think the specific Arctic merfolk I'm drawing here is even like a friendly one. It's just that they look angry because they're constantly used to this terrible environment. Or at least harsh environment. Explode. This is also a Zelda song. Do, do, do. Ba, 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 ba. Their feet are smaller. They spend more time in the water or on ice anyway. Sharper shape for their, like, color patches. Actually looks really good. I'm really happy with this. And now for the whale tail. The whale of a tail. Let me move her over. And of course, each merfolk's tail is different, and that stays the case between for both kinds, but for here, this is just what the generic one's looking like. Fate, you wanted to see them next to each other, right? I think this came up pretty solid. Well. Oh, you can still chat without seeing this. This dream is haunted. Yes, you did. Here they are. And now I get to design like an outfit for this one. I won't do the armor yet because that's kind of its own thing, but I think what I will do, I think they're going to have more kind of nomad-y clothes. Whoops. Just by default. Let me think about that, actually. I feel like since they're not part of the society with humans and the others as much, the Arctic ones, they probably wouldn't wear anything when they're not in battle. They have no need to. Tropical ones do, because that's kind of what's become the norm around humans, because humans are weird and prude. How much longer will we go? Oh, it's 9:30 already. I guess that's it. I think this is a fine place to end it. Hey, Terp is back! Alright, I'll go a little longer. I do still have to go to the bathroom, so I am going to just keep on holding it. Whoops. So for everyone who's just joining us, which is Terp, we have our... Arctic. Is that how you spell Arctic? I don't even... Arctic. No, I won't end it yet. Arctic Merfolk and Tropical Merfolk. I didn't finish the Arctic Merfolk's eyes, so I'm going to do that now. Because they also have the same eye thing going on. We got all this from earlier. We got our pirate. I really like how these have come out. Oh wow, there's a lot of mermaids. Yes, there are. Wait, what if there was an Arctic merfolk on the pirate ship whose sole purpose is lifting the anchor? Yes, I think that is something that might happen. Yeah, here's here's everyone we've drawn here on stream. We've got some baby merfolk, and by some I mean this one right there. Here's my take on a classical mermaid, human on top, fish on bottom. We got all these concept art for tropical merfolk. And then we got concept art for Arctic merfolk, and then we have some different outfit attempts for tropical merfolk. And we got these two, who I really like how they both look. Arctic merfolk, which you kind of saw in some of the concept art, their like primary weapon of choice is an anchor on a chain, which was a concept gift given by Fate, which I adore. And tropical merfolk will use more like hooks and such. Sky, where's the reverse mermaid? Oh, sick. Oh yeah, I'll put them back on screen. They didn't get enough screen time. There they are. Hey, baby. Pat's back and unghosted. So really quick, because I'm dying. I promise I will be back in just a few minutes and I will do more drawing. Stream will end at 10. I'll be right back. Good God. Okay, here I come again. Woo! Back, running around my office. Hooray! It's me. I made it. Quick access, stream music. I'm not gonna click a link to yif.cool. Oh my god, what? Oh, that's Paper Mario Wiki. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Bathroom break's over. I'm gonna line art this, Arctic mermaid. Like, all fancy-like. Colonel. Gosh dang it. I read Zen's thing and also thought that comment before then reading Pat typing it out. Hey, music lyrics, welcome. Stream's almost over, but that's okay. Gotta draw the Arctic mermaid first. Well, hey, buddy. Zen does not know what memes are. Bring back the stream. Oh my god. Watch the Sonic 06 fan dub and their Sonic Adventure 2 Battle fan dub and their other fan dubs as well. They are phenomenal. Oh, that makes it look like something else. I like the small feet at the end of the much larger, more muscular leg. I think that's a fun little change. Compared to the tropical one. Blind freedom. There's no way to put that pattern on that looks right, so I will come back to it. I like how the diamond patterns on the Arctic ones kind of remind me of ice, since I think in a lot of RPGs they must use diamonds as like the shape for ice, because I don't know what it is about a diamond that's making me think ice, but it works. Whoops. Forgot how far that would zoom out. It's pretty solid. I like this mermaid. I feel like they're about to kick my ass. That's the idea. They're a mermaid and they got feet? Yes. I need merfolks on Hetrea to be bipedal because they're also pirates and they can't really be on a pirate ship if they're not foot having. What we decided is that when they're born, they kind of start like a frog, as just like a tadpole thing here, and then they gain a tail that splits into 3 tails that change into 2 legs and a tail as they get older. What have I missed? Sky, would Luigi be a dirt streamer? I can't speak. I have no authority on that, and I don't want to have any authority on that. Oh, thank you, Fate. See you later, Explode. Thanks for watching. The Arctic mermaids also use their giant tails as weapons and slam them to break ice and whatnot. To destroy the ships of anyone foolish enough to enter their territory. I like the idea of almost like in a siren style. Tropical mermaids would like sing to lure sailors off their ships, and Arctic mermaids would lure sailors off their ships by climbing on. Nice. What about pirate submarines? That's a good point. It's a very good point. Ah, yes, the lure of the arcing, yeah. I'll redraw this one without the outfit as well, so it matches. Do I want to change the hair up? Nah, the hair's fine. Do like a little bit of maintenance there, but otherwise. Just so I have these both in the same style, and then I could like draw different outfits over their finished designs like this. And yeah, once again, these tropical merfolk, they're totally integrated into society with humans and Mobians and slimes. I wonder what a merfolk slime child would look like if such a thing could exist. I want to change the eyes to make it looking at the camera like the other one. Camera. What about the reverse? No one will see it coming. I like that too. A jellyfish? Oh, a jellyfish is the crossbreed. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. That's it. Can slimes reproduce with other species? Everybody always asks me that, and the answer I always give is no, and I feel like everybody wants me to just say yes. So I'm just gonna say yes this time, and not go into any further. Yeah, Terp, I like your idea. This is the merfolk that sings to lure sailors in, and this is the one that just climbs onto the ship and starts kicking their ass. That is such a huge improvement. Thank you for being here. Yes, but not by any normal means. Yes, but not without the right equipment. Always wear goggles in the lab. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba ba. I love the hands that get like wider towards the end and don't really have the wrist thing, the kind of the way Mega Man hands do. That always looks real good to me. I don't know why. Anchor shopping is what they call it. Oh my god. I don't know how slimes reproduce yet. Believe it or not, that's not something I actually put a lot of thought into when it comes to Hetrea. So... how did I do the legs up here? Oh, that's way more specific. Yeah, whoops. That makes sense. They'd be more muscular. But like in a toned runner sort of muscular way. That's not even in the right place. Yeah, I'll just stick with what I had. They just appear. That is true for like slimes when they're monsters. They do just happen. Rhymy Slimy is Gel's Echo Fighter. I think your Hetrea Sona is gonna be mermaid. Oh, I would love to see people's Hetrea Sonas. That's so flattering. Also, yay! That means this has been a successful stream. The fact that anybody would have a Hetrea Sona and not have it be a slime means I must be doing something right with these other species. Hey Terp, while you're here, if Gel could use a weapon, what kind of weapon would Gel use? And I say could in the slimes can't don't use weapons well. But if that were not the case, what kind of weapon would Gel gravitate to? Coming along. Voyager, hello! Welcome to my not Nintendo 500 stream. I'm drawing Merfolk. This is the popular species now. I would say Hetrea Sona, but they'd be nothing like me, so I'm just gonna make a Merfolk character. That's fair. Can you quickly oh, the Butch Femme weapon scale. That's fair. I have no idea where Gel fits on the Butch Femme scale. Now that you mention it. Gel just is Gel in my head. I don't know how you picture Gel, but I'm very curious to find out in that regard. Do, 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 do. I think the tropical merfolk are going to be more like speckled in terms of their like pattern, whatever you want to call it. I think that's a good look for them. You missed a tweet, so I just got here now. Oh, don't worry. It's not... I mean, the stream's probably going to be ending pretty soon, but it's been a very, like, different, relaxed stream anyway, and I'm glad you made it at all. Great sword is across the entire scale. Slime go stretch. I think I drawn one with short hair earlier, and I kind of like that more. I'll save that for the pirate. There they are. I think we really did a good job here today with these Merfolk designs. Move the names under them. Learning towards a flail, not on the scale. Her chosen weapon is Anaconda. Her weapon is just an actual live snake that she swings at people. That's good. I like the flail. That's solid and feels very gel. So it's about 10 o'clock here. I know I don't have the time or the energy to color these here. But I will definitely do another Hetrea stream soon. I've been having a lot of fun talking lore with everybody. And I will do new art for the humans and the Mobians and the slimes and everybody who you're seeing on the side there. I will redo their art for this new modern era of, or for the new just I'm a better artist now era of Hetrea art. Good merfolks. A flail of snakes. Her weapon is Fade. Oh my god. I have a joke I'm not gonna make. I think that's where I'm gonna call it here then. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry, I know Terp and Voyager, you kind of just got here right at the end. But there'll be more of this in the future. And for now, 10 o'clock is definitely where I should be calling this, so that's now. Thank you all for being here. I've had a blast. I hope you have too. If you want me to do more Hetrea streams, let me know. If you want me to do more Nintendo 500 streams, let me know, or whatever. Just comment here, on Twitter, wherever you want to let your voice be heard. I'm glad you've been having fun, and I will see you all next time. Good night. Do I have to wait for the delay before I turn off the stream, or no? I don't think I do. But I'll wait anyway. So maybe you'll all see this and maybe you won't.